welcome back to another stream here. We're in southern Iowa waiting for some storms to roll in from the southwest. But yeah, we're currently here in southern Iowa just kind of waiting for some storms from the southwest to roll towards us. Headed towards Lake Rathbun right now. Looks like some pretty heavy rain and maybe some lightning involved with it, maybe even some hail, who knows. But we will see what happens. But it looks like some storms are rolling this way right now. Should be here within the next hour or so. Welcome in. Yeah, had a pretty nice 4th of July, nice little day of not having to do too much, you know. It's always fun to have a couple days of rest like that. But welcome in, guys. Thanks for tuning in here. We're in southern Iowa. We're just waiting as some storms continue to roll northeastward from Missouri. Actually, I think they're in Iowa right now, but they're rolling this way. Looks like they're rolling this way, so we'll see what happens. Looks like within the next hour or two, we're going to have a shot here. Some heavy rain, maybe some little hail, damaging winds, flooding. These storms are moving pretty slow, so flooding will also be a possibility. Definitely a little bit of boredom, but I love the local storms. Local storms are always a lot more fun to chase. You can go set out somewhere with good data and just watch as they roll in. But we're looking at some heavy rain potential rolling this way. Northern Missouri, yeah, it looks like a lot of northern Missouri could actually be hit pretty soon here. Kirksville area is going to get hit by some heavy rain and lots of thunder and lightning, so we'll see what happens over the next 30 minutes or so, but it looks decently likely there'll be some heavy rain and thunderstorms around that area. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in here. We're just rolling towards the lake right now, get to a good spot with some good data and also just a great view to the southwest. If we need to, we'll reposition a little bit, but we shouldn't have to too much if I can find the right spot right off the bat, but we'll see. We got some storms rolling in from the southwest right now, though. I figured, you know what, local chase, it's always nice to get it live, get some people in here from around the area, and talk about some other storms that are going on around here too. Plus, it's a Saturday and didn't really have too much else to do right now, so why not go out and get some storms and some lightning possibly at some point. We'll see. Looks like there is definitely some potential for lightning and heavy rain with these storms. Maybe some small hail. If they can continue to progress like they look like right now, we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in here. I adjusted some stream settings, so we might actually have a better stream quality today, but we'll have to see how that goes. I've been working on it. I've been trying to keep working on getting the stream better. But welcome in, guys. It's good to see you all here at 1 p.m. Central Time, almost, just about 1 p.m. Yeah, we'll see. I'm thinking the data is going to be a lot better. I think I've got some new stuff fixed a little bit. That and also I have a feeling we're going to be in some good data areas as well, but we'll see. Of course, right when I say that, it buffered a little bit, but that's usually how this goes. Welcome in, everybody. Just getting to our spot right now. Once we get there, I'm going to look at some radar and see what's going on. It looks like a lot of the models had stuff rolling in through here about 1:32. 1:32 not 1:32 p.m. 1:32 2 p.m. or so. And it looked like some heavy rain, possibly lightning, and maybe even some flooding and hail. We'll see, though. We're going out to Lake Rathbun right now, and then from there we're going to decide if we're going to keep following it, or if more storms form behind it, or whatever else, because it looks like there's 2 rounds of this storm potential right now. Looks like we've got this round right now, and then we've got another potential around 8-ish, maybe in central Iowa, which if that looks like it's possible, I may end up going up to near Des Moines area later this afternoon or evening. But we'll see how that continues, because Didn't look too bad. Looked like a lot of lightning and stuff at the evening hours, which is always fun for photography. But welcome in, guys, everybody. Very hot. Yeah, we're actually pretty lucky here in southern Iowa right now. It's 88, which, I mean, that's pretty hot, but it's not too bad. They got a little bit of cloud cover and some rain coming. You know, you got some decent days. There's a big bird in the middle of the road. Get out of the way, vulture. Did not want to hit a vulture. Yeah, it should be fun. It should be a fun little mini chase nearby. I always like them. And there, like I said, there's potential we're out for a couple hours, because if that next round of storm starts firing up early, I might just start going towards it and chase it back this direction, but we'll see. I did notice we do now have the XP, the fan XP, so the more you talk in chat, the higher your XP will be. And also, super chats also really boost your XP, I think. I don't know about memberships, but I know that super chats and just regular talking in the chat boost your XP. So 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I really appreciate that. Thank you all. It's been a long road coming, you know. We've got, I've been on YouTube for 6 years now on this account. Wasn't sure for 100% certainty. A little bit of bufferage now, but we'll be back. I don't know if anybody's chasing that. I haven't really seen anything about it, so I'm kind of curious. Welcome in, guys. Just here in southern Iowa, driving around, getting to the target area to kind of find a good spot to sit with some good data. And then from there, we'll roll and watch as these storms roll in from the southwest. If we need to, we'll readjust at some point, and we've got another round later this evening. We'll see what happens. The severe potential is there for all of these storms. Likely mostly damaging wind gusts, but there also could be a small chance of some hail. We'll see what happens. Just trying to find a good spot to sit right now. I know where to go, but I'm just like getting there in the first place. That's the first part of it. But like I mentioned, we got this new XP system, so now you can see like a leaderboard of the top people. Super chats boost you up, and regular talking boosts you a bunch too. So we'll see what that does. Like I said, I didn't even know it was a thing until I saw someone mention XP getters. Got see the leaderboard. It's kind of funny. It's kind of cool, actually. I don't mind that. Yep, today is July 5th, the day after the 4th of July, so nice Saturday. It's kind of nice to have the 4th on a Friday and then have a Saturday right after and then a Sunday. Pretty good timing. I haven't even been looking at the storms. We'll look at them whenever we get there to our positioning. I can kind of see some off in the distance, some taller, darker clouds. We'll see if that's what we're looking for. I don't know for sure. I can't tell from here. A little bit of overcast for the most part, so it's really hard to, for sure, dial in what the storms are going to be rolling this direction. Try to find a spot on the north side of the lake, probably, is what I'm thinking right now. May just set on the south side until we get it. Not a bad idea. Good day to take a nap, pretty warm and humid. Warm and humid day. Might have some rain here soon too, so perfect for the nap. It's getting to where we're going right now. We'll be there pretty soon. Actually not sure where though. I think we'll go across the dam right now. Just give it a go across real quick, give you guys a nice little view of it. Data's pretty good out here, so we shouldn't have too much trouble connection wise. It'll only be if we start going some other places, but I'm not sure yet what our complete plan is, but there's quite a few people on the lake today, lots of people on the water. It's a beautiful day for that until this rain comes, so hopefully people are watching for that kind of stuff, even though a lot of these people on lakes, you never know. A lot of them aren't paying attention too much to the rain, and it's really hard to get off the lake in a quick amount of time whenever a storm's coming. So they have about an hour and a half, I'd say, at most, hour and a half or so. I like taking naps, especially when I have swim practice at 5:30 a.m. in the morning during the school year. It's nice to take a nap in the middle of the day after I get done with some classes. Because I have 2 practices in the school year. I got a 5:30 a.m. one and I got a 4:30 p.m. one. Yeah, Iowa was so bad. Northern Iowa's decent. Southern Iowa's terrible. Illinois is amazing. I loved going to Illinois because it was flat, wide open, and it had perfect data. Just because, I mean, there's so many interstates and other highways, and everywhere is pretty populated, even in like the less, quote-unquote, less populated areas. It's still populated more than Iowa. So you have really good data everywhere. So that's nice. But, yeah, Iowa's just almost a little bit not enough. Looks like this next week we're going to have a decent chance of a couple days for some storms. I was looking at it the other day, and it looks like we should have some potential a couple days in a row, Monday through Friday. But we'll see what happens with that, because usually that far out you never know. But we'll see what happens. I have a little bit of hope for this week for some storms, but we'll see. It always changes right before it, so never can count on it too much. Just gonna go find a spot to set over here. We'll see what happens. Just wait here for a little while as this rain and thunderstorms continue to develop, and then if we need to, we'll head west and get a better view. Whew. As of right now, it looks like we've got just a little bit of storms to the southwest. Let me park in a decent spot here, and then from there I'll look at some radar and see what's going on. Might get a little loud. I had to turn on my AC because the phone was trying to overheat a touch, so I gotta turn up that once in a while. Alright, we're gonna park right out here. It looks basically looking right the direction we need it to, right out there. Got a small potential for some severe weather. Definitely have more of a flooding kind of day, but we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm gonna take a peek at some radar stuff. Yes, Starlink will be something hopefully at some point once we grow the channel a lot more. Alright, let me check out radar here. Can't see the chat right now. Yeah, a couple little storms rolling this way. The storm tops are growing. That's what we're looking for right now. We'll see what happens as we let them get a little closer. I turn on my spotter dot because why not? You guys can see where I'm at. You guys have radar scope or one of the other places you can see spotter dots. Currently just sitting here. We're going to see what happens. Little storms are trying to develop. Models had them getting a lot stronger within the next hour. So currently their track right now says it'll be here about 1:30-ish, 1:30, 1:40-ish. So they're going to be rolling right towards us from this direction. Once they get closer, we'll find the best spot physically possible. But currently just trying to find a little area to wait and watch. Any bears. Storm tops are reaching, what is that, 32,000 feet. That's pretty decent. They should keep getting higher and higher as they get to lightning level. Once you get to about 40,000 is when you really get that lightning potential to keep going up. Lightning, heavy rain, and hails kind of goes up the further the storm tops go up, and that's kind of what you want, 40. And then you start seeing the yellow on storm tops and you're starting to feel pretty decent about it. That's usually my kind of threshold, is about 30,000 or so, or 40,000 feet for like a decent thunderstorm. We'll see though. Just sitting here watching this stuff happens. Just decided to come out here for some fun. I always like going out for these local storms like this. You never know what you can see. It'll be fun. We will see. Polka's kind of a crazy genre. It's a cool genre, though, of music. Very unique sound. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's good. It's always a good thing to become a weather spotter, even if you don't plan on chasing or even really spotting that much. It's not a bad idea to know what you're supposed to be seeing and stuff, and they're always free, you know. Just go take a class with the weather service in the local area. Not a bad thing. Not a bad idea. I always recommend it to people. Like I said, if you don't even plan on ever chasing or going out to even spot, it's still not a bad idea. And they're fun, and a lot of the times they're online too. You appreciate that. Thank you. Always appreciate the donations. They help with the gas money and everything. But anyways, what I was saying was, sorry, I completely lost train of thought. Oh yeah, it's always better to take those classes no matter what, because they're very beneficial in the long run, even if you're not planning on storm chasing or anything of that kind. I appreciate the donations. They do help with the gas. How's the data? It's hard for me to tell ever. Filling up that goal with the $1 donations is funny. I think the colors of them are kind of funny. There's so many different colors of them. Because what is it, like light blue, and then red, and something like that. The XP for him is going to... The XP for it's the leaderboard is not even close right now. That's all I'm gonna say. The leaderboard is not even somewhat close right now. It's really hard to look at this. Check out the radar again. Welcome in, guys. We've got 42 people on here right now. The storms are still rolling this way. Storm tops are even, oh boy, guys. Storm tops are up to 37,000 feet. We're getting close to 40. Like I said, when you get closer to 40, you get a lot more lightning and heavier rain. But you can start seeing it maybe, I don't know if you guys can, but I can start seeing the rain and heaviness on the horizon. So we're getting closer and closer to these storms being. My man's just XP farming right now. That's the most XP farming ever. I don't even know, like, I'm not even sure. I mean, that's insane how much XP that's currently being added to. Yeah, my family's pretty supportive of it, especially as we've started to grow more, and, you know, as I've starting to get older and knowing what I'm doing a lot more. They're pretty. My mom does come with me and drive even sometimes whenever I do it. The XP's crazy. You're gonna fill out the target by yourself. But back to what I was saying, yeah, I'm pretty supportive of it. My brother likes to do it sometimes too. But yeah, my mom drives once in a while too, so we all like to get a part of it once in a while. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, that 40,000 is kind of what I like to see before we start getting some decent storms. Looks like there's some more forming to the south of that, though. There's a potential we could get some pretty heavy rain and flooding. Because, I mean, if these storms just keep back building on themselves, they're not moving that fast. They're not moving slow, but they're not moving that fast. So there's potential for it to just keep back building and flooding even more. That's crazy. Yeah, she loves coming along sometimes too, so A little bit of a family thing now. My dad even comes with us once in a while. A couple years ago, we saw some nice tornadoes up near Pleasantville, Iowa. You about filled out the target yourself. I'll have to start a new target already. I do appreciate it though. Unionville, yep. Yeah, Unionville looked like it had some pretty heavy rain earlier. Greenfield, I was there for Greenfield. I don't know, you know, they obviously didn't find EF5 damage, and that's why. It without a doubt, I mean, that thing had EF5 strength. I mean, they measured 318 mile/hour winds in it, so it very obviously had EF5 strength, but it's so hard to say for sure if it doesn't ever do damage that's EF5 worthy to say if it could have been. So as much as it was a EF5 strength tornado, it wasn't an EF5 because it couldn't do the damage. Because there probably weren't any houses in its path that could have been EF5 worthy. So that's kind of the main thing that you kind of got to watch for when you're ranking tornadoes. The area it went through wasn't even strong enough to have EF5 rating, so that's why it's not EF5. Good afternoon, welcome in here. We got some rain rolling in and thunderstorms. There should be some lightning really soon here. These storms do continue to just keep growing even more so. And we're directly in the path of them right now, so could have some heavy rain for a while here and thunderstorms. We got almost 50 people in the chat right now, so I appreciate that. If you guys are new here, we got this new XP system, so if you do super chats or if you just talk in the chat a bunch, you add on to your XP, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know how it works for sure, but I do know that super chats and just talking regularly boost your XP, so you guys can become top fans. We got 3 people in the top. Yeah, it marks the top 3. I'm assuming that one chat is 25 XP, and then if you do enough chats, it's 50. And then, I don't know, 75. I'm not sure. Yep, the Kirksville ones look pretty decent, actually, for the most part. I was looking at those for a while, and I was thinking, I think I'm just going to stay a little more local. Otherwise, I was pretty strongly considering going after those. They have a lot more lightning and thunder right now. Probably heavier rain too. Boston, that's a ways out there. Yeah, we got a bunch of Iowans in here now. Fairfield, we got a different place in Iowa now. Storms will be moving through there a little later, but likely will be some there. Yeah, we're having some lightning here soon. No CGs yet, but CC bolts are definitely pretty common here with this storm. Almost got 60 people here, guys, so welcome in. I hope y'all are enjoying it so far. We got some rain and thunderstorms on the way. Shouldn't be too long. We've got a lightning bolt within about 17 miles away-ish for the first lightning bolt. Nothing CG yet, but we've got a bunch of CC bolts in this storm that has about 40,000 storm tops. Yes, there's lightning rolling in. Looks like we have 15-20 minutes till it starts pouring in Centerville area. For here, it's about 30 minutes, I'd say. Maybe not even. I mean, it could be pretty soon. And lightning, there is definitely lightning in it, so. Welcome in, guys. We got a lot more people from local and Iowa in general. I'm in Lake Rathbun, Iowa right now. Waiting as these storms roll this direction, looking a lot darker to the southwest. And they're getting closer and closer. Yeah, 87 overcast. It's pretty similar to here. For the most part, we got 86 in overcast. It actually dropped a degree because of that. Yeah, northern Iowa got quite a bit of rain today, so I think southern's finally starting to get some now. Somerset, Kentucky, That's where that tornado went through. London tornado, well, I guess it's Somerset. London tornado went through this year. I'm assuming you started following after that video, but if not, check that one out if your area got pretty beat up. That was a rough tornado. That whole day was pretty rough. You got the St. Louis tornado, which I made a video on, and then the London, obviously, and then you also had the Marion, Illinois EF4, which had 190 mile per hour winds. That's up to the Mayfield strength. 190 is a very strong tornado. But welcome in. 80's not terrible. Sumner, Iowa. You got a lot of Iowa people. It's always a fun thing. I mean, obviously it makes sense. We got some, I think, yeah, it says Iowa severe weather potential is my thumbnail, so, or my title, so I should get some Iowa people in here, you know? Makes sense. And also it's fun to have people from other places too. Always. Yeah, big line of storms all the way from all the way from Minnesota down to the southern Iowa border. It's pretty impressive, really. Rolling this way. It's like within 15-20 minutes we're going to start getting poured on. It's actually quite windy, I will say that. Some lightning down in Missouri. It's rolling this way too. Which from this we might go south and then get back to Centerville and watch these next line of storms roll up. So we actually have a couple options here. UK, that's a ways out. Welcome in here. Oh, you saw it? Oh man, that's crazy. Thank you. Yeah, we hit 10K today. Appreciate you all for all that. Obviously, you guys were the ones that did that. It wasn't as much me. You guys are the ones that subscribe and follow along. So I appreciate you guys for getting me to 10K. It's been a long road. I've been on YouTube for 6 years, and yeah, the city pool. Give me CG Bolt, just in the county area. Still about 10 miles out, over 10 miles out. 13 miles about from Centerville that CG Bolt was. So it's getting close. I'd say within the next 20 minutes, you might be ready to have to close the pool down for a while, because it's going to start pouring here really soon, and there's lightning potential as well. Whew, that's a toasty day. Humid and toasty. Yeah. Yeah, even bigger than the super outbreak one. That's pretty insane. Almost had 70 people on here, guys. Appreciate that. We're just out here waiting for these storms to roll this direction. Alaska, that's a ways. I wish YouTube kept better demographics of where people were from, because it'd be really cool to see a big like map that has how many people were from where. Because I mean, at this point, there's a good chance I've seen someone from every state on my streams. Because I know I've seen a Hawaii before, and that's the only like curveball one. I've seen Rhode Island. I'm just thinking like some of the smaller ones that might be a little harder to get, but I've seen a lot of them. Alaska might be a new one though. Yeah, I think US Cellular is probably the best one for this area especially, but I haven't tried out Verizon and stuff. It might be interesting to have to. At some point, I'm going to get a couple different ones, and you get that. There's a program that meshes them together, so we'll see how that would work. But 81 people, guys. Appreciate that. Keep growing up the stream here. We're just waiting for these storms. They're going to hit pretty soon here, and then likely we'll cut south and then get on that next cluster that's coming towards us too. Because it looks like we got a couple little rounds here. Up in like central Iowa, there's a lot of heavy rain. Up near Des Moines, east of Des Moines, Pleasantville, Pella. Big line all the way up to Belle Plaine, Vinton, and other areas up there. We're on the tail end of it though. Kentucky, yeah, we got a couple Kentucky people in here now. That'd be awesome. Pretty crazy seeing the Somerset tornado. That thing looked amazing when it was going through there too. What a like shape for that tornado. It was such like a ghostly little stovepipe kind of thing, man. Stovepipe cone kind of combination. That was probably the point where it looked photogenic. The tornado itself did. After that, it got really rain wrapped, especially when it went through London, and it got a lot stronger too. But man, through Somerset, it was very photogenic, even at night. It's quite impressive. St. Louis, yeah, welcome in. It's not too far away from here. Some storms rolling up that way too. Probably later. We'll see. Oh man, yeah, the videos that came out of Somerset were insane. A lot of them were. Because like I said, that thing was very, very photogenic even for being a night tornado. Alright, this rain is very close to hitting, and these thunderstorms likely won't be very long until we start getting poured on here. Might reposition just a touch. Try to find a better little spot. Yeah, we're gonna roll across the river again, or the lake again. Yeah, I made a pretty more of a documentary style. It's not as much of a chasing style, but it's more documentary type on it. So if you want to see some of the impacts and some of the other things of the tornado, especially in London as it got rain wrapped, feel free to check it out. That was not and the Mayfield, so I did both of them because I decided the whole quad state supercell was impressive in itself. But I just called it Mayfield, but I don't think most people are going to realize that I have both tornadoes in it. So basically the quad state, because it lifted for about 5 minutes or something, and it produced 3 other tornadoes when it lifted. So it was kind of a weird deal after it cycled one time. The storm produced an EF4 tornado, cycled once, produced 3 while it was cycling, and then it produced another EF4 tornado that lasted for 3 hours. That's pretty insane. Quite insane. Usually you don't get stuff like that to happen. That's a very rare situation where you get a tornado that actually lasts for 3 hours. And honestly, actually, the first one lasted for what? Was it like an hour and a half, hour 45? And then you got those 3, and then you got another almost 3-hour one. I mean, that's incredible. That's likely not going to happen again for, hopefully ever, but likely won't happen again for 50 years, 20 years, I mean, who knows? I mean, that's a once-in-a-generation type of event. Because, I mean, it was very similar to the 1925 tri-state tornado, and that's almost 100 years, so it's likely a once-in-a-century event for something to last for that long and be that strong for that long without cycling. Which, a lot of people say that the tri-state tornado was multiple tornadoes, because who knows, you know? I mean, they aren't going to be able to see cycling as easily as we do nowadays on radar. So there's a chance that thing was a couple tornadoes. So this may just literally be a one-time thing that ever happens. And hopefully it is at this point. I mean, that Mayfield was insane. I mean, one of the most just outstanding tornadoes ever, just because it was, you know, the odds of that ever happening again are low, is what I'm trying to say. Some heavy rain out that way. You guys can see that. These people on the lake better be getting ready. And I hope some of these people know it's coming, because it's going to be some very heavy rain for about 30 minutes. Would not want to be on the water right now, especially in the water, man. There's some lightning shooting out of it too, so we'll have to see. When I stop for a little bit, I'm going to check radar once again and see what the lightning's doing. Because like I said, the lightning's the most dangerous thing about these storms like this, especially in this time of day, this time of year, when there's so many people on the lake and in pools and other places. Very dangerous to be in any sort of water source. I think it's just dumping out rain too. It would be very dangerous on a lake with a downburst like that. It looks like there's some storms forming just to the north of it as well. because it looked like it was trying to become like sort of a full line kind of thing. Yeah, I was just going to do that when I stopped. And the problem is most people on the lake don't really look at stuff. So, I mean, even if there's going to be some heavy rain, it's really hard for a lot of people to want to be looking at a phone, you know, to actually notice anything. But I'm obviously going to make a post, because why not? But we'll see. Some people are prepared for it, but I just never are, you know. That's the problem with a lot of this. Because most people don't expect it to rain in the middle of the summer on a random day, but it obviously happens. I mean, it's about to. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because, I mean, like I said, it's going to be heavy and it'll be very quick. Quickly heavy, it'll kind of just pop up out of nowhere. I'm gonna park funky here, but nobody really goes on this road, so it's actually a one-way, I think. And then I'm gonna park really weird. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna park on it weird, because I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. Because nobody really goes on this road. It's technically a one-way, so I won't like go all the way down it, but I'm just gonna set goes. You know, you have to warn people, or even try to warn people if it looks like it's trying to do it. That was the problem about literally perfect. It's the data. Sorry guys, I don't know what's wrong with the data right now. It's never this bad here. Currently in right by Lake Rathbun right now in southern Iowa. The storms are starting to roll here. Good data spot. I don't know what was wrong with that last one. Never had bad data on the lake. Got this heavy rain. Got 5G again. Before it went to 4G for some reason. I don't know why, but now it's back up, so it's not. It'll be fine now. I just feel like it's odd that it fluctuates that much that close to each other. Now it's like perfect. It's full data now. I mean, there's not that many people on the lake, which is good right now, so hopefully it stays that way. It's about to start pouring. It was already pretty heavy a little bit ago, but it's going to get even heavier now. Especially because it keeps back building on itself to an extent right now. I'd say even up north of the lake is even heavier than this. A lot of people on the lake still. They don't even care. These people just don't care. They're still swimming. That's not good. A lot of people at this lake too just don't care. You know, it's just how it works. People do not care, and then someone gets hurt. It's just too bad. I mean, a lot of the time that happens. I mean, people have the ability to see. I mean, you can have all the forecasting equipment and everything in the entire world, but you're going to need some better public outreach to actually make it safer. You know, you can have all, like I said, you can have all the data in the world, but if you don't have a good enough public outreach, it's just not going to work. There were a lot of people walking off there, so that's good at least. But I mean, stop raining for a second because we got far enough east. Trying to find a better spot to set here, as I can see the very heavy rain to my west. Here, it looks like even heavier rain up to the north of here, so I'm kind of trying to head that direction. Welcome in, guys. Just on the northeast side of Lake Rathbun in southern Iowa, headed north, going towards the heaviest rain potential right now and thunderstorm potential. I think I'm going just north of Moravia here soon, or just to Moravia-ish kind of area. We'll see what happens as I get further this direction. Data may cut for a minute here. Data spot to set for now, and a decent spot so we can get north if we want to or need to for the best. right. Try to set somewhere with good data. This water tower usually has some decent data to it. Heavy rain southward right now. Probably gonna set the water tower, we'll see though. at this water tower probably. Switch up what I'm using right now. This is terrible data. Man, it's frustrating. It's bad. That's why I like man, we almost have 100 people though somehow. That's pretty crazy. East, just to our east. See that downward. Watching this heavy rain to the east right part. Man, the data's bad. Decide if I'm going to go up north, a heavy line or not. It's moving so far north, so I don't really think I can make it. Quite windy. Yeah, there's some wind in this. Shaking a little bit even. Wow. Squid. Wind right now too. Moves through. Should be heading this direction as well. I could head south option, might be a little better for right now. Welcome in. What's this doing? It's just heading a little too far north for me to feel like going after that one right now, but we'll see what this southern stuff does. It's kind of heading now and see what happens with it. That's tended to stay more up in the sky right now, but we'll see what this next little round of stuff can do. There's a lot of lightning coming out of it too. We're gonna head south now. Currently in Moravia, Iowa, headed back towards Centerville, and then we're gonna see that stuff coming up from Missouri, what it'll do. Who knows? I was thinking about going north, but I'm thinking north might be a little too... Welcome in, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, Centerville getting hit a little bit here. We got some heavy rain and thunderstorms. A little bit of lightning involved as well, but it looks like to the north there's some heavier stuff, but I feel like I don't think I can make it up there quick enough to see it that well, so I'm going to roll this direction for the current time being. Could have another round of stuff later on this evening too, but that one's a little bit in question right now. But we'll see. If it looks like there's a potential for it, I'll leave the stream up. I won't be on the stream unless I need to go somewhere, but I'll leave the stream up for a while until that evening round is here. But currently headed back south towards Centerville. Another little line of stuff in northern Missouri heading northeast. Looks like it'll clip the south side of Centerville for the most part. Could hit a little more centralized if it continues to go more northward like it looked like it was, but we'll see when that time comes if it is going to be. Because there's also a chance it hits more like the X-line area instead, but we'll see what happens. I'm willing to go anywhere down that way. Downburst with it. You can see all the corn blowing pretty hard too. Lightning occurring in that southern stuff as it keeps coming northeastward. It's right along some sort of front. Must be a cool front, I'm guessing, or some sort of weird dry line or something. I don't know. I didn't ever check today what it was. We've got those two rounds, and this is the first one. Just about 2 p.m. here in southern Iowa. We're watching as these storms roll northeastward towards Centerville and surrounding areas. Albie is about to get hit by a different little line too, so that happens as well. Some damaging winds that are definitely possible with these storms. Also, small hail and heavy rain. Likely heavy rain is the most present threat with these, but also some damaging winds, as you guys can see from the last round, is possible too. But if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Just live here, chasing these storms around in southern Iowa on this Saturday. Holiday weekend Saturday too. Centerville and adjacent areas here soon. We're going to see if they can survive to get up that way, or if actually it looks like they're starting to intensify more. Their storm tops continue to grow, so It's continuing to push more and more northward too, so we'll see if it can push all the way up to Centerville or not. Because right now it's looking like Exline's going to be the main spot hit, but I'm not 100% sure. Spout reported in northern vorticity. They can happen. 87 people in here. Welcome in. And got right on to second place. It's kind of crazy. A lot of people tied at 75 XP, I guess. I'm assuming if you sent some sort of donation or something, you'd easily jump to be second place. But first place is pretty locked in right now. Leaderboards are interesting. I've never seen it before, so it's kind of a new thing, and I don't know. It's kind of neat. Got another little round of storms over by the lake right now too, if you guys can see those. Not as heavy a rain as before, but definitely some more rain, so. A lot of people on the lake today I saw, so hopefully a lot of them took a little bit of precaution as there was some lightning involved with the storm. Not a lot, but just enough to be wary of when you're on a lake, especially in a boat or in the water, obviously, for sure. But fortunately, not a significant amount of CG bolts, at least for right now. That definitely could change as we get this next round of storms that looks a lot more lightning heavy. Nice little base on that storm. I might go after it actually. Yeah, I think I'll go after that one for now. We'll see what happens. It's got a decent little base to it, honestly. Oh yeah, it's a nice frontal boundary that thing's riding along. Huh. Lots of scud along that base. Welcome in, guys. Sorry, I just... Yeah. We're looking for some stuff. There's a land spout here. Land spout potential, I'd say, actually. A little bit of a base or something. Along the lake. This next little bit of storms. I'm trying to decide whether to go south toward a little boundary kind of thing. I assume we could probably pick both, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna head a little more south, and then we'll stop and watch the boundary from somewhere right around here. Just under 100 people in here. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Currently just along the Iowa-Missouri border right now, we're watching as this little bit of a boundary kind of thing has some fun here. We'll see what, I don't know, you never know what can happen along a boundary. There's some decent little 3K vorticity action going on. Got a boundary, we'll see. That's all you need for something funky to happen. Headed down that gravel road. I'm not sure what the view from it looks or what the data looks like from that way, but I'm trying to find a spot here. Gives me a good vantage to the west. Yeah, There's a decent looking little scud under that thing. Huh. Messy little base, but there is a base. To start, that plus some 3K vorticity action, you never know. May stop here soon. Like real soon. Yeah, they're gonna stop and turn around. Give myself a vantage point of this storm because I'm kind of interested by it. We may end up just going straight back north where we just came from, honestly, because there's a chance that this becomes what we're watching instead of that southern stuff, because it just looks a little more interesting, especially land spout wise, than that southern stuff. The southern stuff looks like a lot heavier rain, but I don't know how far it's going to peel up this direction. Right now there's plenty of low level spin and low level instability that you can get some funny business to go on if you get lucky. I'll just turn around right here. Oh yeah, solid looking boundary action, if you guys saw that. Look at that. Let's try to find a good data area. Turn that up a little bit. Just need some growing storm tops along it. You could get something to happen. Land spout. You can see that whole boundary though goes all the way down through to that other storm too. All you need is one to fire up and you can get something. Takes a little bit of luck, but we've got the environment for it. Land spouts are very hard to forecast and chase, so you just never know. But what you need is a boundary, and we got a boundary, so not going to count it out yet. Just need some explosive storm tops, which are not as likely today, but we'll see. Never hurts to get out here and try to find some stuff like this. I'm going to turn. I was going to get in the slower lane, but I'm going to just turn here in a second. Man, the right side of that thing's really scuddy looking. Defined mini base. Yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling here. I was gonna say we'll stop and go down that gravel road, but I kind of like where this is going. Let's get this little storm this storm can get some upward motion. We'll have a shot of a land spout. Didn't think I could say that today, but who knows. Lake here soon. Land spout would be insane. Or I meant a water spout, sorry. Can't really see it right now though. I think we're gonna go back. Might be a little iffier data, but we're going to give it. We just want to get. If it does decide to do anything funky, data might be a little iffy through here for a minute, but we're going to be back. We'll be back if it drops. I'm just watching this boundary here. Boundary with some 3K vorticity. You never know in the summer. Need some upward rising storm tops that are pretty quick, and then you got a shot. You got 100 people. Wow, big wind gust from the south. Alright, trying to find a better area here to sit and watch it. I might not go all the way to the lake. I may take this gravel road that goes a little south. Actually, I am going to pick that, I think. It's hard to say for sure, though. this way. I might go up north though at some point if this mesoscale discussion continues to go. Alright, we're gonna find a spot here. Data's gonna be rough for a minute. I think at least. I'm not sure. Actually, it might be okay on this gravel road. Scuddy base right there, if you guys can see that. Look at that. Right along this boundary. Crazy looking. Huh. We're gonna try to find a spot to set. Actually, you know what? Let's just stop right here. You guys can see that. Look at that boundary. Pretty sharp, well-defined boundary here. Huh. A little bit of the outflow from that storm, it's what it seems like for the most part. Scuddy lowering over there though. Impressed with how it looks for gonna roll back north. Stay with it. For a little while here at least. Alright. Had a decent little view of the base of the storm for a while there, but we'll see. We can get a better view here for a minute. We'll see. than cramming myself back in the lake. Sort of impressive. You guys will get a decent view of it right here, so it's not bad at all. The levels are moving. The levels are moving as well. Just not the lower levels, so interesting. We got a little bit of wind shear and stuff. Might be starting to get some upward building of these storms too. That's how you get your land spout though. Or water spout, I guess, technically, if it's Rathman. We'll see. Just gonna find a better spot up here to set. Watch this boundary for a little longer. Like to see a little more upward motion on it, otherwise it's not going to do anything. boundary here. Got a bunch of little wispies under it. A little bit of 3K vorticity. Boundary action, you never know. Most likely not going to do anything whatsoever. You never know. Doesn't ever hurt to go watch these things when you're near them. Let's see real quick. cars get rolling by. I'll go a little back north to just see what happens along the northern portion of the boundary where there's a little more upward building. We can turn around for me here. Yeah, okay. I think we can make it all the way. Yeah, we can. This road's pretty good for getting all the way turned around. Such a big shoulder on it. It was a good gap where nobody was coming either, so. Towards the heavier rain portion of this thing and see what happens. Let's keep looking. Pretty rich 3K vorticity area, so you never know. Never hurts to keep watching these things. Especially like this boundary over outflow plus a little bit more of a regular front, especially from the back side of the storm. Especially once you get north, you get a little better chance of some upward building of these storms too, but I don't think we're going to get much. For the most part, upward building, just because I think we're south of the main instability axis, but that doesn't really matter always. I think the best chance for anything is a little up this way. Trying to find a better spot to set out this direction. Here's our base right here. If you guys look out in front of us now, that's what we're looking for. That's really interesting looking, actually. That second look, if you look in front of us, not this first thing, but that second lowering is really interesting. That actually looks like it has some weird, I don't know. It's quite a structure to it. I'm talking about that one straight in front of us out there. Those things really though. I think I'm gonna pull over right here. Right up here somewhere. We're almost under the boundary now. Let's pull over up here. It's interesting looking though. Get a little bit of wind as we get underneath this thing too. Got your spinny motion under them. up the road and turn around here soon. So we're gonna go now. Oh, nobody's coming. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Well, they gave it the boundary was rolling for a minute there, but it kind of didn't feel like doing anything, which that happens about 90% of the time with these boundaries. They just don't want to do much. But there's that 10%, you know, you just get something crazy out of it, but not right now. Doesn't seem like it wants to. Boundaries are very finicky. You kind of need better lapse rates. I don't think our lapse rates are good enough to get anything that crazy out of it, for the most part, at least. Turn around, head south towards the rain and stuff, and then see what happens. And end it at least for a while, and we'll see what happens, because later it looks like there's another potential for stuff. Potential for some more storms later this evening, so head into the heavy rain for now. Super heavy rain, but we got some rain this direction, and then we'll probably call it good for a couple hours at least. So it looks like that next round of storms could be late this evening, like 8, 9 p.m. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna leave the stream up, but I won't be actually live. You'll just be ready if anything does end up happening. And then if nothing ends up looking like it's going to happen, I'll just end the stream then. Definitely looking interesting for a moment there, though. If you guys enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you guys are you hit the target, we only need one more super chat to hit the target. So if you guys are interested in that, just click the little thing up in the top left, and you can donate up $1 up to 10. And also channel members, I really appreciate that. My channel members get some behind-the-scenes looks at my new videos, and also just some other videos that I've started doing now. Also, some tornado breakdowns are going to be for members and other members like that. So if you guys are interested in that, becoming a member, as little as $1 a month can do that. And then also some super chats help out with the gas, so I appreciate all that. But otherwise, just like and subscribe. Local chase, see what's happening around the area. Looks like we might be done for a little while here pretty soon. As we get down south into town, I'll see what happens. If it looks like we're done for a while, then I'll have potential for storms tonight. Those ones look more potential for severe weather, actually, because it looks like we have a little more wind shear and a little kind of some more instability on the backbone of this first little line of stuff. But we'll see. I'm leaving the stream up till then, likely, even if I do end it here pretty soon. I'm going to leave it up just so then they can just join right back on with it. Looks like everything's going to heat back up again as we get closer to evening here. And then that second round of potential is going to form probably about 6 or 7 p.m. near Des Moines area, and then it'll head southward, southeastward mostly. Yeah, right now looking pretty decent chance we're going to have some storms around 8 or 9 p.m. honestly. So likely going to be back live again tonight about at 8 or 9 p.m. So definitely stay tuned for that. If we do end this stream now, we're going to be back out for lightning and other stuff be really fun. I love night chasing like that. So we'll basically just get to a place where we can stop and watch for lightning. Pretty good potential for some nice little storms tonight, so we'll see. Like I said, I'll leave the stream up. I'm not going to end it fully, but I'm not going to be live on it, so you guys can tune in and out and just make sure whenever I come back you'll know. But yeah, looks like we've got a couple hour break, about maybe 4 or 5 hours of break time, and then I'll be back out live about 7 to 9 p.m., somewhere between 7 and 9, and that should be fun. I think we'll have a good time on that one. Lightning will be definitely a lot more lightning, and it'll be nighttime, so you get a lot better chance of pictures of lightning as well, so should be fun. But thanks to you all for tuning in. We've had a decent little stream here for a while. Just chasing in southern Iowa, chasing some rain and thunderstorms now. Like I said, it looks like this first round's almost through, and we'll get that next round started within the next couple hours here. Models just keep kind of showing that same thing about 7 or 8 p.m. coming through here. Pretty heavy rain potential with some lightning and maybe some damaging winds. Nothing too crazy, but could be borderline severe weather. And a bunch of lightning probably. Plus it'll be night, so lightning photography is much better at night. South side of town it might be raining. We'll be back into the rain here pretty soon. At least it appears. Tonight we've got another potential of storms, probably 7 or 8 p.m. Central Time, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, make sure to tune back in when we get there, because like I said, I feel like we've got a good potential for another round of severe weather. It looks even more potential for actual severe weather this time, other than just some pretty heavy rain and stuff. I think we've got a genuine chance of severe weather in the next couple hours, so we'll see what happens. But other than that, we're going to be off the stream for a while, but the stream's going to stay up, so we're not going to have a new stream. It'll just be the same one. I'll just join back in later on. But other than that, I'll see you guys later probably. So I don't know for sure yet, but there's a pretty high chance we'll be back out later. So if we are, I'll let you guys know. I'll post it on Twitter and YouTube and stuff. But other than that, I'll see you guys later or next time. Alright guys, welcome back in. We're here again in southern Iowa, watching as whatever's rolling up this way rolls in. We're gonna see what happens. Looks like you got another little round of stuff rolling this direction, so we'll see what happens with it. Who knows? You never know. Alright guys, we're back live here. Alright guys, we're back out here. Gonna see what happens. We got another storm rolling in, just from the west this time instead of from the southwest. Everything's moving due east at this point instead of northeast, so they've kind of switched their directions a little bit. But we've currently got these storms rolling in from the west right now. We'll see what happens over the next little bit. We're gonna go watch as they come this way. Pretty heavy rain involved with these storms this time, so we'll see what happens here. Watching as they want to go. But we're currently in Centerville, Iowa. We're gonna get a little out west of town, just a touch, get a vantage point, and sit there and see what happens. We got another thunderstorm to the west, rolling this way. Let's see, we got a scuddy little base possibly on this thing as well. See what happens. Some lightning with it as well. Got some CG bolts associated with the storm. May start a new live stream. We'll see if that helps a little bit. I think I'm gonna start a new live stream. Find a spot to set and start a new one. Currently in southern Iowa in Centerville. If we can get to like 10 or so people within the next couple minutes, I won't restart the live stream. I was considering maybe just starting a brand new one, because sometimes it's better with the algorithm if I start a brand new one and get a new notification push. But we'll see what happens. If enough people tune in, we're going to stay with this. We're going to roll just north of town here. Nice little storm developing to the west of us right now. Currently headed almost due eastward. They've switched a lot of their directional movement. Instead of being northeast, they've moved almost due east now instead. But welcome in, guys. Trying to regrow the stream up. We ended it a while ago, but now we're back out. See if we can get some people on here. If we can't, we're going to just start a new one. I think that'd be a smart option, so I don't have to try to send it out everywhere. It's a little easier for me to just have my notification push it out. But unless, man, if we can get a couple more people in here, we'll just roll with this one. And let me know if you guys are Waterloo. Yeah, they're gonna have some more storms tonight, I assume. It's kind of looking possible later this evening. Yep, I would say definitely some storms are possible tonight as we go on into the evening in the Waterloo area. Shouldn't be anything too crazy though, fortunately, but some potential for storms. Yeah, I'm in southern Iowa right now. Nice, guys. Nice looking little downburst on this thing. Huh. Cool looking little storm out that way. got a nice clear slot to the left. We'll see what happens. Could do something funky. You never know. These things like to give a little bit of a show sometimes. Lots of cape. We got a lot of cape and a lot of instability. Not much wind shear. We do have a little bit of wind shear, especially on this storm. So I mean, who knows? Lots of scud on it. Very interesting looking storm for the most part, honestly. I didn't expect to see a decent looking storm base on this thing, honestly. Well, we'll see what happens. We're going to be out here soon. Finding a good data spot, good terrain, good data. That's kind of what we're looking for right now. That's all you got to chase. When you're on these local chases like this, that's all you're really looking for is some good terrain and some decent data. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. A storm chase around the country, you know. Depends on where the storms are at. I go a lot of different places. Start a new stream. Last time I found a tornado, I'd say June 16th. I think that's what it was. June 16th, up in Minnesota. Trying to find a spot to stop up here quick. Momentary. We're gonna stop this stream, but we're gonna roll with a new one. So, and within a second. So, basically the same stream.